This is the plaintiff, Stephen Haas. He says he paid for a cruise for the defendant, his longtime friend. And now she's trying to not pay him back for the expenses he paid for her. They got along okay on the cruise, but he has to admit the defendant was a little standoffish. He should have known something was up, because now she won't pay him back the money she owes him for the food, drinks, and casino chips she charged to the room they shared. The defendant basically stole from him, and he's suing her for every penny of the $2,446.75 she took from him. This is the defendant, Kelly. She says the plaintiff gave her a charge card to the cabin and said it was no big deal if she paid him back or not. On the cruise, the plaintiff was acting kind of weird, but one night he came back to the cabin, and that's when everything hit the fan. He pooped himself, smeared it on the walls, the doorknob, everything. She was sick to her stomach. They had to change rooms, and then she didn't really speak to him after that. Next thing she knows, he's suing her? Please. She's accused of pooping out on paying for a cruise. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,500 for emotional distress.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Okay, Mr. Haas, you are suing your, I guess, former friend Kelly. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name for $2,446.75 in charges that she racked up on your credit card that she's supposed to pay you back for and hasn't. You have a counterclaim against him for $1,500 for emotional distress. Let me hear from you first. What happened?
All right. Well, Your Honor, I agreed to take Kelly on a cruise with me for my birthday. I agreed to pay for the
When you say
ticket.
you agreed, she wanted...
Yeah, well, I had approached her about doing something for my birthday.
Okay. And how do you two know each other?
We've been online friends for over 15 years.
Okay.
You know, we had dated for a little bit, but for the most part, we've just been platonic friends. Just,
Platonic?
You know, yeah.
Okay.
So,
maybe you're out of this world friends, but
yeah,
I think
sorry.
I think you meant friends with no benefits. That's what I think you meant. Okay,
so
go ahead.
We had been online chatting, and I let her. She was doing the research for the carnival and for the cruise, and I agreed that that was something I was interested in doing. I'd never been, so with her knowing how to set everything up, I gave her my information to purchase the tickets for the cruise.
Okay, how much was the cruise?
This was for $1,030.
But for both of you?
Yes.
Oh, so you were going, how long was the cruise for?
5 days.
Okay, so you were, that's a pretty good deal. So you were paying about $500 and something for each person.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
all right.
well, unknowns to me, she linked her sign and sell card to my bank account. Did not mention it to me at all.
You mean she didn't give them well, aren't you standing there when?
Well, no, this was online. I gave her my information on the computer to charge it on my account.
Okay.
And when she set it up to where everything was going to go on my credit card.
So when did you first learn that she had put everything to be
2
eventually?
days after we got back.
And what happens?
Well, at that point.
And how much does she charge?
$2,400. I've got the selling sign cards here, ma'am, along with my.
Let me see it.
Along with mine as well. Those are my bank statements on top. The first one is the $1,013 that's for the ticket. And then the next page you can see where it's the almost $3,000 was charged on my card.
So she had one folio and you had another, but both were linked to your credit card.
Correct.
You charged $527.38.
Yes, ma'am.
She charged $2,473.67. Most of which, ooh, spa? Did you go to the spa? No, a lot of gambling. Club 21 activity must be gambling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Not lucky this trip for you. Huh?
Tell me
what
about
happened?
I lost.
No, I lost, Your Honor.
But why are you charging your... Tell me about this cruise. What's the deal here?
All right. When he first approached me in January about going somewhere for his birthday, he had said something about going to Vegas or doing something like that. I suggested the cruise. It was easier. It was cheaper. So we decided to do that. He Facebooked me all of his credit card information, told me to go ahead and book it. I explained to him that that credit card that he used would be open on ship for this account because both of us are traveling together.
So? Just give a different credit card for your folio number.
Well, I mean, I would have if I had had one, but he gave this to me as a gift. He said this is for Valentine's Day.
Oh, you thought that meant that not only would he pay for your cruise,
everything,
but he'd pay for whatever excessive gambling habit you have when you lose, regardless of what the number is, to no end. And you guys are platonic friends.
No, Your Honor. No.
This is out of this world. This is otherworldly, because this is kind of like, why would he do that? He's obviously miffed and shocked.
Well, so am I. I mean, let me explain. He had said, we'll take this cruise. Didn't specify you have a certain amount of money to spend. You
don't see your spending money as different from the cruise cost?
I would if he said, this is I'll pay for it. He said, my treat. I mean...
Right, but if someone says, I'm going to buy you a cruise, I say thank you. I don't go out and spend thousands of dollars gambling and put it on their credit card as my unusual thank you note. And I just say thank you for buying me the cruise, which is what the guy did.
Right.
Why would you think that it also included every drink you had, all the souvenirs you bought, and any gambling you did?
Well, I had asked him, do you want me to pay you back when we had first talked about the cruise? He said, we'll talk about it after we get back. I never heard from him after we got back.
Okay, so now your answer is I didn't pay him because he didn't call me?
Well, there's two different answers. Because
neither of them very good.
Well,
did you guys have a good time? Did you spend a lot of time?
Separately.
Separately.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I went my separate way. I did my thing because, like I said, she was standoffish and didn't want to really communicate with me for what. Well, of course, now I know why. But so at that point, I was like, well, I'm going to go do my thing. And she went and smoked her cigarettes and read her book and gambled away. So,
okay. So go ahead.
Okay. For the countersue.
Yeah.
That's okay. When on the 11th we left, he got seasick for the first night, the second day, most of the second day. So I had to do my own thing. I met some people, talked, whatever. On Wednesday, we got to Nassau. We went into town.
Together?
Port, together. He bought me some stuff in the port. We came back on the boat. I don't really remember specifics after that. But on Friday the 14th, which is Valentine's Day and his birthday, we went to dinner. And we discussed going to a show that they were having that night, a talent show or something on the cruise. We talked about meeting at the lounge at a specific time. I don't remember what time. He never showed up. So I went in, I watched the show. As I was leaving, I saw him at the bar with a girl. That was fine. I went to bed. A couple hours later, I'm not sure how long because I was asleep, him and this other girl come busting in the room, drunk, giggling, turn on the light. I was sound asleep. He said, she wants to make sure you're not my wife or you're not my girlfriend. And I said, no, I'm not. Get out of here. Well, then she started saying, you don't want to sleep with him? I said, no, get out of here. I was asleep. So they left. About a little while later, I hear him come back in, and I fell back asleep. Then I wake up when he leaves the room again, and I start smelling something. And I thought he may have had issues in the bathroom. I was going to just ignore it and it would go away, and that's all. It didn't get better. The smell got worse. I got up, turned on the light. There was feces all over the bed, all over the wall, all over the door handle of the cabin. And I'm half asleep. It's probably 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know what to do. So I call guest services.
Is he there?
No. I call guest services and I tell them, there's feces all over my room. And what are you talking about? And I said, I can't get out of my room. There's poop on the handle. And he says, from what? And I said, I guess my friend had an accident. I don't know. He's not even in here. So they said, well, we'll send security or we'll send housekeeping. We'll figure this out. I'm standing there now for a good, I don't know, seemed like forever, probably 15 minutes. He calls back. He said, security found him, passed out in the galley, and they're bringing him back to your room. I said, okay.
How's that going to help matters?
I said, I can't open the door. And he said, well, slide your key under the door and the security will open your door for you. I did that. Security opened the door. I tried to bust out because I needed air. I was freaking out because I'm a little bit claustrophobic, and there was just, the windows don't open on the cruise, Couldn't get out. I bust out. The security said, does he have any medical problems? I said, I don't know. I said, I just need to go. I need to get up on deck. I need air. And so I went up on deck and smoked a cigarette. He comes up a few minutes later, Mr. Haas, and he says, "Oh, they have to change our room." I said, yeah, "Obviously." And
Did you say anything to him?
I was beyond mad. Like I was appalled.
Did you say anything to him?
No, I didn't.
Did you say anything to him the next day?
He said, well, he asked me, "Well, how did you figure it out?" And I said, "I woke up to the smell."
How did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Or how does he know what it is?
Because he knew what he did after he went into the room and there was poop everywhere and he had to get his stuff and move it to the new room.
Okay.
So I went down to the old
Mercifully,
room.
they had a new room.
Yeah, well, I went down to the room and had to gather my things. Housekeeping was already in there, fully covered, masks, everything, cleaning. I'm crying because I was so embarrassed. I'm sorry, I'm apologizing to the cleaning crew. Get my stuff. And our room was at the back of the ship. Our new room was at the front of the ship. I walked all the way up, put my stuff away, told him, "Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I need to get some sleep." So he did. He left, and I slept till about noon. Got up, did whatever on the rest of the day, and then the next day is when we came home. And so my distress is the poop and being stuck in the room with the smell. I was having a little bit of a panic attack because of I couldn't
The
get out.
inability to smoke.
And I couldn't smoke. And
What happened?
Well, I like she said, we went to dinner, and like I said, tried to make the best mess of the situation. Again, she's not talking to me, not communicating. This was before what had happened. So she had talked about wanting to go to a talent show. I didn't particularly want to go see a bunch of non-talent people in a talent show, so I decided to go to a bar, have a couple drinks. Had met a lady friend, and we started talking and having a good time.
So you did stand her up?
Well, yeah, like I said, I never agreed. I said, if I want to go, I'll meet you there, is what I'd said. I never said I was going to go. Like I said, I was
All
like,
right,
if
so
I
you
was
met
there.
a lady friend.
So met a lady friend. We'd had a few too many drinks. And as she said, we'd try to go back to the room just to confirm that she wasn't with me. And
Wow,
when we were back-
ethics on a cruise ship. There's a new one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I said, ended up ended the date with that lady. Came back to the room, passed out, and as she mentioned, yes, I got sick, and I said this is when I was passed out drunk. So I woke up in the hallway, not knowing what was going.
Do you remember how you got from the room to the hallway?
I do not. I still don't remember, Your Honor. So I woke, like I said, I cleaned
This
up in
shouldn't
the
happen
bathroom.
to grown adults. You know?
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen to anybody, but you think maybe you overdid it?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So when you say I'll pay for the cruise, does that mean you can take that person's credit card and also gamble as much as you want?
No, that's ridiculous. They're just taking advantage of their good friend. That's not really fair.
Do you think there's any argument you can make if somebody says, I'll pay for your cruise, that includes all the stuff that happens on the boat?
Only if they say an all-inclusive cruise, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. But if it says, I pay for the cruise, is it just the boat ride, or could it be gambling and dinner and drinks and whatnot?
No, just the cruise. That's it. No gambling.
Unfair to take advantage that way, $2,500 gambling debt?
Yeah, if they're just platonic, yeah, it's unfair.
Oh, but if they're doing it, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
You lost control of your bowels. It caused the move of a room.
Yes, but all this was going.
Brought
She
new
was
meaning to the
gambling
term
my
poop
money
deck.
way long before then, Your Honor.
This is kind of. I mean, most people would be ashamed they got that drunk at this
Well,
juncture.
I am, but not $2,500, Your Honor.
No, okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Not $2,500 ashamed, but ashamed anyway that it kind of, got messy, as it were. And your theory is that his accident should net you $1,500?
yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Instead of just being one of those things when you share a room with somebody that, maybe, I guess I won't be going on any more cruises with him because he gets drunk out of his gourd and then, has bodily fluid issues.
I would
bodily
have
solid issues.
let it go. I would have let it go.
If he had just let go of your $2,500 little gambling bill?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's
of
not going to
course.
happen. So let me tell you what is going to happen. I don't find that he gave you carte blanche to charge up whatever your little heart desired if you were losing. I think that he fully expected you to pay for your own amusement on the ship. His gift to you was the cruise, not 5 times that. So I find that you are liable to him in the amount of the $2,473.67. As for your counterclaim against him, even though I am sure that this was unpleasant, the question is, does that rise to the level of conduct that is so deliberate on his part, intended to inflict emotional distress upon you, or is this just some drunk guy who lost control of his bowels? Gosh, I never thought I'd be in this position to be discussing such a thing. And I think it's the second. It's not some intentional infliction of emotional distress on you. I don't think he intended that. I think it just kind of happened and is one of those things that you are seizing to capitalize on in order to lessen your $2,500 gambling bill. Pay your bill. Verdict for the plaintiff in the amount of the $2,446.75. What did you want to say?
I have the Facebook messages from him.
Yeah?
That say my treat. And I also have the...
It was his treat. He paid for your cruise. Give that to me anyway. I want to see those.
This is also the bill for the cruise.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, and some of them, he was in the casino a few times with me, knew I was using that card.
No, I knew she was gambling. I didn't know she was.
No, he assumed your card was on your own credit card.
I explained.
Exactly.
Hold on. He says, find a good deal, it's my treat. That means the cruise, not your gambling habits. Then you say, do you want to call me with the credit card number or put it on here? And depending on when it sails, we may need to stay in Charleston the night before, but I should be able to cover that. It's the least I can do. So that doesn't envision that you expect him to pay more. It means that you're impressed and stoked about what he's paid so far. Like I said, verdict for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,446.75 on the counterclaim 0.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the defendant's luck doesn't get any better in the courtroom here. You're on the losing end of this case. Why did you think he should pay your gambling losses?
Well, I don't particularly think he should pay them, but it wasn't up to me to read the rules to him of the cruise and the sail and sign account. That was up to him.
Go with him on another cruise?
No.
No? Mm-mm. All right. All right, head right down there. No more cruises. No more cruises for you with her.
Oh, no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely took the wrong friend. That was for sure.
What about that story?
Well, like I said, hey, stuff happens. That's all I'll say about that.
Harvey?
Okay, if it's a gift, it has to be clear. Otherwise, it's a loan. They are platonic friends. It makes no sense that she would pay for his unlimited gambling. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.